Good morning, everyone. What a lovely day, huh? Welcome to Channing Unitarian Universalist Church. We're glad you joined us for worship today. Wherever you are, whatever your theological, spiritual, political, sexual, or racial orientation or gender identity, you are welcome to worship here and become a part of this community. We have a few announcements. Our monthly potluck is going to be coming up this Tuesday at 6 p.m. This is where you bring your own utensils and dishes so that we don't have to do cleanup afterwards. Makes it nice. We also have on Wednesday evening a meditation and healing group at 6:30. And let's see, Jill, you want to talk about the Rockland Day concert?
So each month, the Rockland Day Committee is going to be hosting a concert up by the middle school, high school, and they've invited us to set up our tent and provide games and kids' activities. So we will be doing that. The first one is on June 19th at 5:30, so if anybody's interested in helping, please let me know. I will put the other dates in an email because I don't know them off the top of my head.
And are we going to meet here at the church?
No, we'll just
Or
meet.
meet up at the school?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, very good. Any other announcements?
Well, Lauren's not here, and I'm sure if she were, she would make the announcement to remind everybody that while we are on break over the summer, we still have to pay bills. So please continue to mail in your pledges so that we have money to pay those bills. You can mail checks to the church here, or you can drop them in the mail slot, or you can set up like an auto pay online and have it done electronically.
Very good. Thank you.
Well, I guess now that's Joel's problem.
Thank you, Joel, for stepping up. All right. Well, with that, then I'd like, Rick.
Just one more announcement. Just wanted to remind everyone that music and worship and building and grounds will continue to meet monthly over the summer. So we're going to continue doing our project nights for building and grounds. And music and worship is going to be continue to meet the last Wednesday of each month so that we can start planning services and get the ground running.
Also, in addition to our usual services, we're having an extra service on Friday, the 26th, not this coming Friday, but next Friday. It's going to be a Pride celebration, and please let people know who you think might be interested. Again, it's Friday, not Sunday. It's Friday. Any other announcements? We're going to try to do it outside, weather permitting. Okay, then I'd like to welcome up Reverend Danielle.
Good morning. The opening words today are by Lisa Doge. No hothouse flowers these. And she writes, no hothouse flowers these, bred for perfection, dyed and trimmed and arranged to order, clothed in ribbons and bows. Not these. No, these are hardy, raw, and wild. Grown under the sky, they've weathered the wind and rain and the heat. These drew nutrients from the neighborhood soil and energy from the sun. They survived pests and disease. These grow where they were planted by loving hands or the whims of birds or the caprice of breeze. These have petals washed by dew, glowing with the colors of the hills, the sea, the prairies, and the rocks. Their delicate perfume carries in it the fragrance of earth. No, not perfect, these, only holy, a blessing to the eye, the heart, and the soul. And so, my friends, my holy people, my beloved community, this is your opportunity to meet each other in gathered greetings. Please feel free to get up and say hello to someone you don't know, or someone you do.
Diane, you look like you have your hands full. Mike, would you like to help us light the chalice today? Please stand as you are willing and able. You'll find the chalice lighting words on the first page of the insert. It didn't quite fit into all the things we're doing today in our order. We come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes. Some of us grow in bunches. Some of us grow alone. Some of us are cupped inward, and some of us spread ourselves out wide. Some of us are old and dried and tougher than we appear. Some of us are still in bud. Some of us grow low to the ground, and some of us stretch toward the sun. Some of us feel like weeds sometimes. Some of us carry seeds sometimes. Some of us are prickly sometimes. Some of us smell. And all of us are beautiful. What a bouquet of people we are. And now the affirmation, please. Love is the doctrine of this church, the quest for truth its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other and with God. And please stay standing for our opening hymn, number 175 in your gray hymnal, We Celebrate the Web of Life.
Please be seated.
Could I have the young people come up with me, or those who are young at heart? We got five here. Let's see. Let's do this. Great. So this is June, right? What happens in June? End of the school year. I thought that would be the first answer, and I'm sure you're all excited about that, huh? Do you have big, and do you have big plans? Anybody have a vacation plan for June? Yeah? Okay. So let me tell you what else is in June. There's Pride in June. There's Juneteenth, and there's, in our denomination, there's flower celebration. That's why we have all these flowers here today. They all happen at the end of what we call the end of our church year, but they happen throughout the month. So it's important to lift those things up, to talk to people about them, to talk to people about gay pride, to talk to people about our own flower service and what it means to us. So I'm going to talk about this today with you folks, and then I'm going to ask you for some help, all right? Okay. At the end of the service, I'm going to ask you to hand out these flowers to people. The idea is that everybody brings a flower, which indicates their own individuality, like each you, right? But you come here on Sundays, and you come to church, and you go to religion classes, and you kind of hang out together, and you like each other, I hope. And you talk to each other after church, and maybe some of you play together. So when you come in as an individual person, one flower, you are who you are, but as you're here, you gather into a community and you become part of the whole, right? Part of the whole. So you become part of this community. We all become part of this community. We come in just as us, but we leave as part of a community that loves us and holds us. And that's what taking a different flower means, is that we recognize that we are not just us alone, that we exist and we worship together because we are part of a community with each other. So when you see each other, when you come in, you probably smile. I know I do. When I see the people that I know, I smile because they're part of my community. And if you're in church on Sunday morning, you might hear me talk about beloved community. And that's what these flowers actually are. They are a beloved community, right? And they're going to go home with you, with all the people here, as a reminder that we are bigger than just ourselves. We are part of love, and love is what changes the world. So at the end of the service, I'm going to ask you to come up and hand these flowers out. And you might need to help the little ones, because it's probably not my best idea to have the tiny ones carrying vases up and down the aisle, right? Yes, so I hope you will help them, and we'll get it done, right? Yeah. Okay, before you leave, I want to give you something. Because today is flower ceremony, I want you each to have one of these. These have seeds in them, flower seeds. So if you put them on the ground and you give them a little bit of water, some flowers will bloom later this summer. So I'd like you each to take one. And then in the fall, when we all come back together, I would like you to tell me what you grew. Take a picture, okay? And maybe the first Sunday we come back, we'll talk about it. All right, thank you very much. You can go back to your seats. Is that a heart?
And I got this.
That's a butterfly. Can you see that?
Not really.
Would you rather have a heart?
I don't see it as a butterfly,
Okay.
but pretends a butterfly.
In his early life, Norbert Chapek was a devout Catholic, then a Baptist minister. His faith journey led him to a very liberal understanding of Protestantism, which in turn led to threats from the Bohemian government and a call to serve a Baptist church in New York. However, in 1919, Chapek left the Baptist church altogether, stating, "I cannot be a Baptist anymore, even in compromise." And he and his wife, Maja, joined a UU church in New Jersey. It was there that he developed the beautiful flower ceremony that we celebrate today, a ceremony that symbolizes both our individualism and our willingness to join our amazing individual hearts, minds, and souls in beloved community. When World War I ended, his home country was now independent, and he and Maja returned home to Czechoslovakia, where he led a UU church in Prague that grew to, hear this, 3,200 people. Yeah, 3,200 UUs in Czechoslovakia. Chapek was later arrested by the Gestapo, sent to Dachau, and killed. Maja came to the US and shared his flower ceremony, first with the people of the UU Church in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Today and for the next couple of weeks, UU churches across the country and in Canada and in the Philippines and probably somewhere in the Czech Republic will participate in this ritual. For us, we will be reminded of our bonds to each other. We will be reminded that it is in community, in relationship, that we will thrive. I invite you to stand as you are willing and able and join in singing hymn number 170, We Are a Gentle, Angry People, verses 1 and 4 only.
These words are from Jamar Tisby. One pattern I've noticed as people celebrate Juneteenth is the tendency to skip past slavery and rush to emancipation. Many people in the United States are quick to gloss over the unpleasantness of human bondage and simply celebrate the freedom that came afterwards. James Baldwin got it right when he said, "It is worthwhile to point out that for most Americans, slavery is quite remote, and America herself would really prefer that we remained dispassionate about it." Well, I, for one, will never be dispassionate about slavery or any other unforgivable atrocity committed against humanity. You can't appreciate the joy of Juneteenth unless you understand the sorrow of slavery. I think the actual day of Juneteenth should be one of joy and exuberance. Leading up to Juneteenth, however, we should take a few moments to remember the crushing reality of slavery. This isn't about being morbid or making a spectacle of human suffering. It's about honoring the history, the full history of Black freedom by recognizing the bondage that prevented it for so long.
Juneteenth, a blend of June and 19th, commemorates June 19th, 1865, when federal troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, to announce the end of the Civil War and freedom of all enslaved people. This announcement came over 2.5 years after President Lincoln's 1863 Emancipation Proclamation, as Texas had remained a holdout with limited Union presence. Upon his arrival, Union Major General Gordon Granger issued General Order Number 3, officially declaring the end of slavery and establishing equality in Texas. Though freedom was not immediate for everyone, the date quickly became a symbol of liberty with the first, now historic, Jubilee Day celebrations held by formerly enslaved people in 1866. Celebrations spread across the country with Black migration, and after gaining momentum in the 1980s, Texas made it a state holiday in 1979. In 2021, Juneteenth was officially recognized as a federal holiday in the United States. Today, it is honored as a second Independence Day, marking the end of slavery. These comments that I just read are from the National Museum of African American History and the National Civil Rights Museum, and they taste like coal in my mouth. They sound so elegant. They sound so freeing. They sound so self-righteous. And here we are in 2026, and you can read those words sentence by sentence, and you can notice and talk about and recognize that most of these things aren't happening in the United States today. So right now, more than half of the United States recognize Juneteenth as a national holiday. Interestingly, West Virginia is also recognizing the day, and employees of the state will have the day off. But it's in observance of West Virginia Day, not Juneteenth. From 2021 to 2024, the former West Virginia governor, Jim Justice, sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that, authorized Juneteenth as a state holiday via an annual proclamation. But the current governor chooses not to follow suit after taking office in 2025. I wonder why. I want to say, and this is where my mind went right off the tracks, sure, the Republican beat the Democrat and decided not to recognize the holiday, but they're both Republicans. Whoops. So my offering to you today is don't jump to conclusions. But I do believe that given the political climate in this country, it is possible that he made a savvy political decision. I am not a shopper unless you take me to a yard sale or a thrift shop. But last week, I spent part of many days shopping for something to celebrate Juneteenth with the children. I found nothing. I'm a little befuddled because Juneteenth is a reminder of who we were and who we became, who we are, and who we can become again. If ever there was a time to remember that we can make huge change in our world, this is it. So let's imagine that remarkable day when a man rode into Galveston, Texas, and read the Emancipation Proclamation, issued General Order Number 3, and officially declared the end of slavery. Imagine learning that slavery had actually ended 2.5 years earlier, and 2.5 years of pain, illness, and death, 2.5 years of mistreatment and hatred, 2.5 years of a life in slavery. And yet, within a few years emancipated slaves gathered in communities and celebrated. They celebrated. I don't think we pay much attention to Juneteenth. I don't think we pay as much attention to Juneteenth as we are called to. I feel as if it is a responsibility for Unitarian Universalists to have it up front, to remind people that we celebrate the lives of all people. We celebrate freedom. We celebrate love. And so as I was walking through CVS and Michael's and Lowe's and Dollar Tree, looking for something to give the children for Juneteenth, I was so frustrated. So I talked to a friend, and she said, let's make bookmarks. And she's here today. Some of you know Lisa Harvey. We made bookmarks. When I say we, I mean Lisa. We had to turn these inside out, from, if any of you know anything about sewing, and I don't. You turn the fabric inside out and you sew it, and then you turn it again. So I did 2, and Lisa did the rest. So when I say we, I mean Lisa. I wonder if one of the children will come up and hand these out to the other children. Thank you. Gotcha. I made sure I got one before I left the house today. While the children are doing their thing, I invite you to stand as you are willing and able and join in singing We Are a Gentle, Angry People, verses 1 and 5. We are a gentle, angry people. We are singing, singing for our God. We are a gentle, angry people. And we are singing, singing for our God. We are gay and straight together, and we are singing, singing for our love. We are gay and straight together, and we are singing, singing for our love.
Our next reading comes from Lori Gorgas Hilaban. For those who live their lives in closets of shame, for those who furtively visited the bars where nobody knew your name, for the Stonewall riot and the fierce trans women who fought, for the plague, which still takes far too many, too young, too soon. Sorry, 1 second. So many gone, so many never lived to see out gay kids singing on TV, out gay people serving in the military, marriage equality, families formed by intention. For all these, and for all our siblings of the rainbow surviving, living life out in the open with pride, we honor you.
Words matter. Riot, uprising. Who decides? Certainly the press, the writers, the reporters choose words carefully. Who are they writing for? Who determines truth? The Stonewall riots were a series of spontaneous demonstrations and clashes between LGBTQ plus individuals and police that began on June 28, 1969, triggered by a violent raid at the Stonewall Inn in Greenwich Village. 6 days of protests, they are widely recognized as the catalyst for the modern gay liberation movement. Prior to the 1960s, homosexuality was heavily criminalized in the United States, and gay bars were often raided by police. On the morning of June 28, 1969, police raided the Stonewall Inn. Unlike previous raids, patrons and neighborhood residents fought back, sparking days of protest. The clashes involved a diverse crowd of queer youth, drag queens, and transgender women who stood against police brutality. The 1969 Stonewall riots in New York City were a watershed movement in the LGBTQ plus history, acting as the catalyst for the modern militant gay rights movement. The spontaneous uprising against persistent police harassment empowered the community to move from quiet advocacy to visible public demands for equality, sparking the creation of numerous activist groups. That's a good description, historical description of the Stonewall uprising. And sometimes we need to rise up, and sometimes we may need to riot. Maybe these times call for Stonewall. More LGBTQI plus people have been assaulted, seriously injured, and murdered this year than ever. And yet, people continue to celebrate. Is that better?
Yes.
Oh, should I start over? I'm not going to. Yeah. 1969. 7, 8, 9, 99, 09, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 25, 26, 55, 57 years ago. 57 years ago. And trans people are being harassed every day on the streets. And gay and lesbian people are being harassed every day. And pictures of the soldiers that have served our country, who have lived and died for our country in the military, are being taken off the walls of the Department of War. Maybe it's time for a Stonewall riot. And yet, we celebrate. Gay pride is huge. It's in every town and every city, even small towns. I read today that there's a town where there were 400 and something people at their gay pride parade, and it was a tiny little town. It's celebrated in Europe and all over the world. Because things have changed. Things have improved. In the 1980s, the scourge of AIDS came to us. And the president at the time, Ronald Reagan, never said the word AIDS. People died. He was a murderer. He provided no funding. He provided nothing, no support. "30-something years after Stonewall. And not too long ago, the current president demanded that all signs of GBLTQ+, all signs of its existence be removed from buildings, from parks, from the Stonewall building. And there was rebellion. And there was court. Something that wouldn't have happened didn't happen in 1980, and people died. But that flag went back up because people are celebrating. I sometimes wonder what it is in our souls and our bodies that it compel us to celebrate, to compel us to celebrate as our siblings are dying on the street, to compel us to celebrate as we think about 2.5 years of lives lost to slavery because we didn't have the internet. And yet we celebrate. As Unitarian Universalists, love is at our center, and celebrating is intimately attached and connected to love. We are also compelled to celebrate with our siblings, whether it be Juneteenth, whether it be gay pride, whether it be flower ceremonies in all of our churches. We are called to celebrate with, for, and about the changes that have come into our lives because people fought for rights. The Civil War, the Stonewall Uprising. People put their lives on the line so that other people could live better, could love better. And so today, we celebrated 3 things. And if that was too much for you, I get it. But how do you leave one out? If you can tell me that, I'll try better next year. Well, maybe I won't. And so I hope when you leave here today that you will celebrate whatever it is you want to celebrate. Pride, our flower service. Share your flowers with somebody in your neighborhood. Tell them about how flowers shared is a way to build relationship and community, beloved community. Tell them about gay pride and how maybe you'll take a few necklaces and hand them out and tell them what a difference it makes for us as Unitarian Universalists. Or maybe you'll talk about Juneteenth and how, in spite of being held as slaves for an extra 2.5 years, the people still celebrated because they were in beloved community with each other. And so celebrate today, however you wish. Amen.
And now it's time for us to share our joys and concerns. Yes.
I have a joy for my brother who I helped move into the apartment yesterday in Champlain. And he's moving along for the first time. And I have a concern for my mother who has mobility issues.
Okay. Lauren?
Candle of joy because Winter cooked dinner for us the other night, almost completely by herself, with just a little bit of instruction.
Nice.
And then also a candle of concern because Nate was leaving out pizza yesterday and decided it was a good idea to put a wooden cutting board in the oven. And everything was fine.
Julie?
One for Dottie and one for Maggie, who after this are going to the answer cycle.
Billy?
I'm thankful for coming here this morning. I'm thankful for everyone in this room, and I'm thankful for Robert and Julie for inviting me here this morning, because without them and obviously my parents, you know, I couldn't say any further that I'm surrounded with good people and beautiful people here around the world.
Very nice. Anyone else?
There are no other co-winners.
I was just gonna say, my brother and his partner, closed on a house, which is super exciting. They're in DC and markets are crazy, what's going on, but, their offer was accepted, so things are going forward. And it's really cute.
There we go.
I have three more unless anybody else has others.
Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still short for that. First, a candle for Maddie for another wonderful year of enriching our services with her wonderful music. And every year, we kind of ask more and more and more of her. So thank you, Maddie. A second candle for Reverend Danielle. This was the first year of her being with us as our affiliated minister, and what a joy it has been. Thank you so much for all of your social justice work, all of your words of wisdom, for holding us all in community through what has been a very difficult year. Thank you. And my third candle is for Lauren, who is retiring as assistant treasurer after serving for many years. Thank you, Lauren. I got something for you too. Well, not I, but everybody.
And I'd like to also light a candle for just for this congregation. You know, we are so blessed to have such a group of people here that support one another, and everybody works so hard at all of the activities that we do throughout the year. I feel so blessed to be a part of this group. Yes. For Julie and Rick, yes, for all of their work. Some of these are a little more persnickety. There we go. Okay. Yes, Cody. For fathers, for next week, for Father's Day. Any others? Okay, I'll light one more for all of the joys and concerns that we hold in our hearts and are not ready to share publicly.
Please join me in a spirit of prayer and meditation. Spirit of life and spirit of love, we gather today in celebration of so much. We gather to celebrate and remember GBLTQ plus friends, siblings, people. We gather today to celebrate our BIPOC people, especially our African American and Black siblings and friends, the people. We gather to celebrate today the Unitarian Universalist community at large and our small and thriving and loving congregation. And in this time of celebration, we remember those who are struggling, those who are ill, those who are hungry, those who are afraid. We hold them close in our hearts, surround them with the love that we know can change the world. Our joys and sorrows and concerns fill this sacred space and get carried forth in our hearts. We know that we are loved here. We know that we are safe here. And we know that our job, our work, is to surround those who need us, who need this saving faith, and who simply need love. So we will go forth and we will change the world one person at a time. And so let us ask that spirit of love and spirit of life to fill us with courage, with love, with compassion. Amen. And now we will sing together again, hymn number 170, all verses. We're going to put it all together. singing for our love.
And now at this time, we will take an offering, our last offering in a Sunday service. But as a reminder, just because we're not meeting here, we still have bills to pay. And we thank all of you who pledge year round. Please stand as you are willing and able for the dedication of gifts, final words, and the order of service.
Spirit of truth, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We bring ourselves as and charity.
Thank you. Please be seated.
I'm going to need some children to come forward and help with handing out these flowers. Danger.
Thank you all for joining us today. I know we're a little over time, so we're gonna move towards wrapping this up. Please stand as you are willing and able for the extinguishing of the chalice. I promise it's the last time you're standing. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, or the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
I do. Yes. At one time, each of you came into this congregation as an individual. You came with different hopes and expectations, searching for a faith community that would, at the very least, welcome you with a smile and hello. You hoped for more. The flowers you brought this morning are symbols of those hopes, prayers, and dreams. Now, as you have received a new and different flower, I hope that it reminds you of this beloved community, your part in it, and how necessary you and all of us are. We are needed, loved, and cared for here. You are, you make up, you symbolize this, the beloved community of faith. Amen. And who brought the roses with the thorns on them? Just checking.
I know.
See you all in September.